More tough talk from North Korea. The country claims its nuclear capabilities are now more advanced.
Yeah, this comes a little more than a week after North Korean leaders say they conducted a successful underwater missile test. Fox News correspondent Kitty Logan has more from London.
North Korea says it has made smaller-sized nuclear warheads which can fit on a ballistic missile. The claim comes after Pyongyang says it successfully tested a submarine missile launch. But the US says the North is still some years away from this type of launch.
But if they're eventually able to do so, it will present a hard-to-detect danger for Japan and South Korea, as well as our service members stationed in the region.
North Korea has been hit with US and United Nations sanctions for its nuclear ambitions. UN Chief Ban Ki-moon was due to visit an industrial complex run by both Koreas this Thursday. But the trip is now cancelled after Pyongyang rescinded its invitation. Ban called the move, quote, deeply regrettable.
I, as the Secretary General of the United Nations, will not spare any efforts to encourage the DPRK to work with the international community for peace and stability on the Korean Peninsula and beyond.
Other peace advocates are already in North Korea. Women activists from around the world arrived in Pyongyang Tuesday ahead of a weekend march across the demilitarized zone between the North and South. This rare crossing is approved by both countries.
It feels like the beginning of something very important, very moving.
North and South Korea are still formally at war. The conflict of the 1950s ended in a truce rather than a peace deal. In London, Kitty Logan, Fox News.
When the news at 4 returns, we continue our coverage of the massive Takata airbag recall. A more in-depth look at what you need to know coming up.